Hello everybody and welcome to our series of conversations on women in diplomacy. Today, together with us, our special guest is the Ambassador of Lebanon to Italy, Mira. I'm really happy to be with her, and I would like to start our conversation precisely on this topic, women in diplomacy, women in foreign policy. Ambassador, based on your own experience, what is the contribution of women in foreign policy and in diplomacy? I mean, what is the contribution of women leadership?
First, allow me to thank you for hosting me in this very important program that you are doing and for highlighting on the issue of women in diplomacy and in leadership, because it's very important. And it's a role that very few will really focus on when it is becoming a very common thing in the world. If we look around us, there are many women in leadership for the time being, and they are becoming more and more. But we notice this when something major happens, and this is what's happening around the world. Women in leadership, I believe that leadership should have its own people, whether women or men. So when women are taking the lead and doing the right thing, we don't look at them anymore as women. We look at them as successful people filling their jobs. And it's becoming more and more common. Let us take the example of Italy with the Prime Minister Meloni. Let us take the example of Germany with the Chancellor Merkel, Angela Merkel. We have many examples that were leading the world, and to hopefully everybody will be taken to the shore safely, because after all, leadership has many aspects. Whether you are leading a team for the space, or leading a team in politics, or leading a country, it's always leadership has always its lots of responsibilities, and I think women are doing excellent in this.
Thank you. And let me think about peace and security. In these challenging times, it's even more important to talk about the participation and the contribution of women to this particular field. What's your assessment on the overall, let's say, progress that we made, but also what steps do you think we still need to make?
For women,
yes,
in general. I think when we say woman, usually, not always, we say family. So a mom knows how to run a family, knows how to get her children all together all the time. She always tries to make peace at all levels, at home to start with. You start your job at home. Every person as a woman wants to see peace among her children, mainly. And then I think this is very much recurrent on the political life, in foreign policy, because we try to find solutions. Women always try to find more than one solutions, and our tolerance is very high. So if we go into a problem, and if we have to face any problem, we always look at a multidimensional one. It's not one problem that has one solution. And it's not black and white. It can be any color. And we accept it. But we try to find solutions within the problems we're having, and as close as possible to start making peace. And this is a role that women can do very easily and very well.
You highlighted the contribution that women can bring to the table. And now I'm looking at you, and I know many Lebanese women, and I always see strong, brave, active women, dynamic women, energetic women. What's the situation in your country, and what's the situation of women in the Arab world, more generally speaking?
We have to agree, you and I. We were brought to this life to live, and to live well. At least we have to try to live well. So Lebanese women have always taken their role very seriously in becoming, you don't just try to live, you try to make a difference in life. I think this is the motto of many women around the world, not only in Lebanon, but mainly I can see it in my own country. So I don't think any excuse is valid not to make a difference in life once you have this opportunity, which is a very important one. And the first one in order to start the real challenge in life and then go into wherever you want, because then, as a Lebanese woman, first let me tell you how proud I am to be a Lebanese woman. And if ever I have to choose, I will always be the Lebanese woman, because I think we are born with this challenge, being a Mediterranean girl, being in the Arab world, being surrounded by all these challenges. We grow up to face them, and we know how to face them very, very well. And as for the situation in the Arab world, I think it's becoming really something very interesting and very important. We can see successful Arab women everywhere now. We can hear about them in every single country in our Arab world. It's not only successful stories that we hear about, so many successes we don't hear. But for countries to survive, if I will tell you, talking about also during the wars, the First and Second World War, or pandemics or everything, men used to go to war and they used to be there, but families continued and countries continued on the shoulders of the women that were carrying on this burden without being named. So this is why we can say that this situation, when you have the situation that is highlighted, we know more. When it is not very much highlighted, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So in the Arab world, as well as in many countries in the world, women's role are a major difference for the success of any country, whether in peace or in war. So I think this is, we are highlighting what we know, but we don't have to disregard the others.
Of course. And how can we leverage, let's say, this contribution women are bringing? I mean, how can we bring more women in decision-making?
They have to decide so.
Okay.
Nobody brings anyone anywhere. Women have to...
So what you're saying, it's up to us, let's say.
It's up to them.
Okay, it's up to women. Okay,
because I believe that no one gives you anything, you go and take it.
Okay. And this brings me to the last question that I wanted to ask you, which is looking at the younger generations. I mean, you are for sure a role model for and an inspiring, let's say, ambassador for many women and young women. And what message would you bring to them?
Well, I would be honored to know that I am a role model. I would be really, it's a big burden on our shoulder, but I will say, live your own dream and make it happen. Nobody lives someone else's dream and is happy. And the limits are only in your heads. Girls should sit on the table without knowing that they are on the table, because we are born equal, we are born free. No one has the right neither to give us recognition nor to take it from us. We don't need the recognition of anyone. We are born complementary to each other. I don't want equality. We are born equal by nature, but we are complementary to others, and we cannot live alone. Not without other sisters and brothers, and not without men, not without women. So let us face reality. Each one is born because he came to life to have a life. No one else has the right to give you life. We have one God who gave us life. Let us be like this. So parents, I think if we want girls to make a difference, it should start at their own house, in their own family. When your parents believe in you, because you are an entity, life starts from here. If they don't, it's better for us to sit on the table and to say, I know what I want. This is what I want to tell everyone. Live your own dream. No one has your dream. You are unique, be unique, and continue to be so.
Ambassador, thank you. Thank you for your words and for your time.
Thank you.
But thank you also for your commitment. I think it's really important for all of us.
Thank you also for your commitment. And I would like to thank your equipe here, your team. And I'm sure that you are doing a great job everywhere. And I hope peace with you and with the other women and men will be just, what we are all looking for, because we cannot go on except with peace. In diplomacy, we always say that war cannot go on. We always try. Diplomacy was created to have peace. So let us just go for this kind of diplomacy where peace is a main target for everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.